கசிந்து காதலாகி கசிந்து கண்ணீர் மழையே.
What is commonly identified as the concert format today is something that was developed in the early 1900s by one extremely path-breaking musician by the name of Ariyakudi Ramanuja Iyengar. And it is a format that is supposed to, the purpose of having such a format is to sing many varieties of things so as to see that the audience doesn't get bored. That's the primary foundational reason. Because before his time, what was prevailing, as I understand, was singing a few kritis and then taking one raga and expanding it to no end and singing a pallavi, some intricate laya. But Iyengar is he's known in our Carnatic circles. He was very extremely influential musician. As I said, he was a path-breaking musician, and this format that he kind of developed has come to stay. Almost every musician afterwards and of his contemporaries have been influenced by it. Now, the one thing that kind of goes unsaid, again, this is my understanding, whatever musical understanding that I have, whatever little, is what I've understood. It was a format developed by him to suit his musical style and to suit his strengths. Like he would develop a method of singing in the medium pace, Madhyama Kala, and I mean, though this format has been followed, each musician has their own strengths and their own weaknesses. So this format has come to stay because of the ingenuity of the format that was, inspired by Ariyakudi Ramanuja Iyengar. It is a instant. It has over time. It has become an instant formula for success. If you follow this prescribed method of this piece here, this piece at the middle with kind of an elaborate thing and kind of tail pieces at the end, it's an instant formula for success because everything is covered. You cover as many people with varied interests as possible, different compositional genres. But at the same time, because it's become so formulaic, so many musicians are able to use that as a crutch, and it kind of hampers the actual musical content of what goes into a performance. And to those rare musicians who are so gifted and unbelievably talented, I think it kind of restricts them also in a sense. But at the same time, there is a logic to it. There's a logic to it. So it definitely makes sense to adhere to in some form or the other. So kind of finding a balance where you can achieve the purpose of the format as well as bring out your own musical ability and talent is the ideal means. And what that means to each person is different because each musician has his own strengths, like I said earlier. So it's for the musician to go on his own journey, his or her own journey, and find out how to find that balance. So Varnam is, interestingly, it's most of the age-old Varnams, the traditional Varnams, they're actually in Shringar. They're actually of romantic nature, the lyrics wise. But the purpose of having it at the beginning of the concert is to kind of warm up the voice because it's in a medium pace, and to sing at that pace kind of gives the voice a solid, an exercise, I guess, to sing it. So that's extremely good in the context of a 3.5 hour concert where you need to build up your voice and kind of taper down at the end. But at the same time, a Varnam has so much musical content in it. If you sing it at the end, if you sing it at the beginning as a warm up, it trivializes the music content of it. Varnam is followed by, very traditionally speaking, it's supposed to be a kriti on Lord Ganesha, which combines the religious element of our music, which is totally debatable according to me. So I would say it as a few pieces, not too long, few short pieces with varied lengths and varied amounts of improvisation, like maybe a little bit of alap singing, a little bit of Neraval singing, you know, taking one line from the song and elaborating on that, and of course Swara singing of varied lengths, and then at the end, at the middle of the concert, kind of an elaborate raga alap, followed by another kriti, kind of a bigger kriti, followed by Neraval and Swara. And usually this is where the Thaniyavatanam, where the Mridangam artist, and if there's a Ghatam or a Ganjira, then they play their kind of solo part at this place. And then depending on the context of the concert and the length of the concert, is followed by a Ragam Tanam Pallavi, which is supposed to be the height of improvisational music. It's all encompassing all the improvisational forms. That is followed by a few set of lighter pieces. This is where usually the different genres of compositional forms come in, like Padam, Javali, Tillana, then some devotional hymns such as Tirupugal. These are all very ancient works set to tune later. They are very different than kritis, but this is traditionally where these genres find their place in a concert format. I think more or less my concerts generally fit the format. I mean, it's not like as if I always begin the concert with a Varnam, or I definitely don't always sing a concert. I mean, I don't start my concert or with a song on Ganesha or something like that. But I more or less do follow the format. I think the fact that we have such a maverick musician who openly questions such age-old traditions and things. Obviously, I'm talking about Sri T.M. Krishna, who's such a great musician, of course, obviously. But the fact that he's so open about questioning these things and making his own stand makes it a little difficult for artists like me to kind of do something similar, though I may have similar views about what I think. So if I start to sing a Varnam in the middle of the concert, leave alone the fact that maybe I independently think that it has musical merit to sing in the middle of a concert, because he is such a well-known figure, and he has kind of revolutionized the field by doing these things openly. It makes me look like a copy, and like just a mindless copy of that, because I also happen to be the generation after him, musically speaking, which is not the case, but that's what it'll come across. So I'm kind of hesitant to do that and explore my things. So yes, I do follow the concert format. Like I said, I think it's up to each musician to find that balance of musical integrity and also kind of accomplish the purpose of why that format was created in the first place. So I'm in my own personal journey to finding that balance and trying to do what I think suits me the best.